This is Alex, and welcome to Barely Braided, where we're taking a deep, deep dive into foster care, adoption, and all things parenting, even the sticky stuff. Hello, and welcome to Barely Braided Podcast. It is episode 40. I already forgot what you told me.
46.
Episode 46. It has been, sorry, that was really loud. It has been so long since we have recorded a podcast. I think our last one was mid-November? Maybe even before that?
Yeah, mid-November.
Yeah, so for that, I would definitely like to apologize. We are also going live on TikTok. So please hope that we don't have any technical difficulties. I already see something popping up on my screen, and I don't know. I have a feeling it's going to be kind of distracting, but we'll roll with it, Jude.
Sure.
So first things first, what are you drinking today, Joel?
Today's pour is Benchmark from Buffalo Trace Distillery.
I've never heard of that. What kind of notes does it leave on your nose?
Cheap.
Oh, it's cheap. Mm-hmm. Is it as cheap as Quality House?
Yeah.
Oh, so question though, was Quality House discontinued?
Don't know. It's still not around though.
So you haven't been able to find it?
Mm-mm.
All right. Well, we will probably need to get some feedback if we have listeners or TikTok listeners.
If anybody finds it out there, I wear a size 1.75 liter.
Will from the Foster Dad podcast recently reached out to me, and he was looking for it. I think he was going to like a family event or something, and he was like, what's that called again? And he tried it, and I don't think he was as impressed as you are. He was
I'm just impressed because it's good, cheap whiskey.
He was like, Joel sips this? But I know like sometimes you get like weird if people mix certain liquors, like because there's certain ones that should be mixed and certain that should not. Like what's the telltale sign? Like I would mix anything. Is it you don't mix expensive stuff? Is that the rule? Yeah, for the most part.
I mean, really, I don't know. I don't mix whiskey except for like Canadian.
Is Crown Royal Canadian?
Yeah.
I'm drinking Crown Royal. I was looking, because I'm old, I was looking for a caffeine-free soda to mix it with. And
so you don't stay up tonight?
I'm telling you, like, okay, 5 years ago, 6, 7 years ago, I feel like I could stay up till 3, 4 in the morning drinking fully caffeinated sodas. I say that like it's even a thing. Drinking fully caffeinated sodas and partying and dancing, come home, pass out, sleep like a baby, wake up, and do it again the next night.
Yeah.
Not anymore, man. I have to drink a Dr. Pepper Zero caffeine in order to live my life. So, okay. Regarding foster care, do we have any updates before we ask some or answer some questions?
Yeah, I mean, we do have updates, but we don't. We were supposed to have a TPR trial, a termination of parental rights trial, on January 11th.
Yeah, and I feel like that's big news for people who have been following our story. We finally got a TPR date, which was really exciting at the time, and then it was canceled because apparently they have to... Yeah, it was a paperwork filing issue, and they need to file paperwork within, give 60 days before the trial, and they didn't do that, and blah, blah, blah. So administrative error means our TPR date now isn't until April. So,
yeah, I think the end of April, right?
Yeah. So we also learned some other interesting things. We have officially decided that we, at some point, will be moving to South Dakota. Like, it's a given. It's going to happen. And that's the plan. So with that in mind, we were kind of bummed because we were planning on moving like maybe sometime in the spring or sometime in the summer. Well, now that TPR has been delayed, that's probably not going to be the case. So we just asked if there was any possible way.
Randomly asked, yeah.
Yeah, if there was any possible way we could move across state lines with her and take her with us. If they tell us no, we're obviously not going to leave. And we're obviously not going to like put her in a different home. Like none of that is an option. But oddly enough, they said, yeah, that's a thing. Like, people do that. They move across state lines with a foster child in care. Like, it's not that
ICPC.
uncommon. Yeah, it's a form of ICPC, which, if you're not familiar with that, ICPC, I think it occurs most commonly when, let's say, like, I had a child.
Familial situations.
Yes, so let's say I had a child. I'm not like fit to raise my child. DCS takes my child, and I have a sister that lives in Iowa. And so they're going to place my child with my sister in Iowa. So it's like an across state border sort of thing. But this is another form of that. So right now we're awaiting permission. I will say that CASA has been very helpful. If you're not familiar with CASA, what does it stand for? The Court Appointed Special Advocates? Is that what it stands for?
Yeah, I think so.
Our CASA worker is so sweet, and she has been really helpful. They have agreed to like help us make sure that DCS stays on track and gets their paperwork submitted on time, and we're not basically just waiting around for paperwork to get filled out and submitted. So that's that. You want to talk about what happened in South Dakota, our trip for Christmas?
What happened?
I mean, lots of stuff happened. Nothing like super
Yeah, so
out
we
of the
went to
ordinary.
our house in South Dakota a couple days before Christmas, and we ended up staying a little over 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. Right about 2
We
weeks,
had
I
some
think.
flight cancellations and whatnot when Omicron kind of emerged, and we had 2 flight delays, so we got an extra couple of days in Deadwood with family and friends. And Grandpa Ted and Grandma Vicky came out from Iowa, and they were the first to arrive. And then obviously Grandpa Tom and Gammy Jewy were there. So then my brother and his family came out.
And my highlight of them being there, it was kind of funny that they were like snowboarding down the mountain in our neighborhood, which was pretty exciting.
Didn't work well.
No, I guess it didn't work well. I also felt like we did a really good job at getting the kids home on the plane. It was like our best trip yet, I feel like, as far as air travel goes.
Yeah, going out there was pretty rough.
Yeah. And I know we've done like several episodes on air travel with babies and now air travel with toddlers. I'm telling you, the trick, in my opinion, was separating us.
Yep. So on the way out, we sat in rows across from each other with the aisle in between us. We each had a kid, and they were constantly going back and forth and back and forth. And on the way back, Alex was in the front of the plane, and I was in the very last row, actually. And night and day difference.
Yeah. So our kids really didn't even realize that the other parent and the sibling was in the aircraft at all.
Yeah.
And I thought what was really funny, after our flight, the gentleman that was sitting next to you, I didn't know any of this at the time, but you filled me in after. But the gentleman that was sitting next to you walked up to me and said, "Man, Tito's a great kid."
Yeah, Tito.
And I was like, I didn't understand what he was saying. Like, it didn't register. I'm like, Tito, like the vodka. He said, Tito, yeah, your son, he's a great kid. And then he just walked away. And I'm thinking in my head, you called him Tato's the entire time, didn't you? And he legitimately thought our child's name was Tito. Yeah, he definitely did. So that was interesting. But yeah, we had a good trip.
And I may have put on a little weight, but there is a dog under here, by the way. For the people that are watching on TikTok, there's a dog under my sweatshirt. I'm not that fat.
Yeah, we've been, so we also booked a trip to Mexico. We will be going to Tulum. I'm so excited. And both of us are like really strict Operation Tulum diet right now, which is really cool. I don't think we've dieted strict at the same time yet until now, which is pretty exciting. Man, I can't wait to sit on the beach and sip pina coladas. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Agreed. What else did we do in South Dakota?
We launched our whiskey. Yes. Yeah. We had an official bourbon launch. So West River Whiskey is now officially live. Unfortunately, we can't ship it.
Not yet. Hopefully one day.
But if you're in the area, check us out. We're in Deadwood, South Dakota. We are not in Deadwood, South Dakota. The bourbon is in Deadwood, South Dakota.
Yep.
But I think I'm just ready to go. I'm ready to be there. I'm ready to have help with the kids.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah, we're just so we could do a lot more fun stuff, I feel like, if we had help.
I don't even think it's about that. I think it's about like just getting
Relief.
that mental break. Yeah. And again, for like maybe new listeners or people who might be on our TikTok page, we have no family here. We have like, obviously we have great friends and we have close friends, but I mean, the reality of it is most of them are parents as well. You know, they've got their own things going on. And so it's really hard to be able to do anything. We both work full time. We have busy lives. We own rental properties. We own a business out of state. And so it's nice to get that relief when we have the chance to visit our family or when our family is gracious enough to offer to fly here and take care of our babies for us. So
Whitney be the village. Hi, Whitney.
Oh, hey. She says, you're live.
Hey, girl.
She says, you have a whiskey? Yeah, girl, it's a bourbon.
So a little background on that. Our partner distills on a 4th generation family farm. All of the grains that go into our product are grown on that farm, harvested. It's a grain to glass operation, and it's all done in South Dakota.
Yeah, apparently it tastes good, according to Joel. I have no frame of reference.
Yeah, it's different than it's something you would pick up off the shelf for sure.
Yeah, I did design the label.
You did a great job.
I'm pretty excited about that. It's like I'm almost famous. I also wanted to talk about the fact that I got to see a real life human being born.
Being
born into this world. And
borned.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's so crazy because you think about that like crazy, stressful, traumatic, beautiful, intense, all of the words situation. Literally every single one of us was born. Like some sort of birth experience occurred for every single human. Is that not like mind blowing?
And dog.
And cat.
Yeah.
And fish.
Aminals.
Yeah, I just think it's crazy. But it was so I basically got to be the emotional support animal for one of my friends. And it was so cool. So she got to the hospital at like 5:30 in the morning. I got there by 6:30. She was in labor all day long. And I'm not going to go into like the gruesome, gory details, but I will tell you that when that baby finally came out at like 10 p.m., it was scary because it was like not moving. It was not breathing. It was not crying. It was like its little hands were purple and blue. And I wouldn't be telling this story if everything was not okay right now. Luckily, like the baby started crying and stuff. But I think that was the scariest moment of my life, is just seeing it it was really scary. And I'm so glad that like everything is good. And they didn't anticipate anything to be wrong anyways, but she's so cute and she's so little and she's like
chubby.
1 day old right now. Can you hear Maisie clip-clopping?
She even got her nails cut today.
Mm-hmm. I also wanted to ask you, so I came across this story where 2 couples had done IVF and the doctor accidentally implanted the wrong baby, switched the babies, the embryos in them, and they both gave birth
to the wrong kid.
To a child that wasn't theirs, and they didn't realize.
I think I heard about this.
I think it was just like within the last couple, like it was fairly recent. So I'm wondering, I think they found out when the kids were like 3 months old. What would you do? Would you switch the babies back, or would you keep the one that you've raised for the last 3 months?
That's a good question. I don't know. I feel like you'd have a pretty significant attachment like right away.
Yeah, like even believing that's your own child, like you would have the first 3 months of their life, like you would know that baby like better than anyone else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
You can't say I don't know. That's not an answer. You have to pick.
I think I'd want to keep what I had.
Really?
And try to build a relationship
with your real child.
Well, I mean, or go back to your biological child and try to build a relationship with the other one, and you know, kind of like we tried to do with our children's families. We want to include them and make sure that they're known, and you know, just have them as a part of their lives. So that's a pretty wild circumstance, but I think, you know, go back to the family that it was intended for and they have a story for the rest of their lives, right? So why not make those people extended family?
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to do it. I think that's actually what they ended up doing. I know they did switch back, and then they both sued the hospital. So
Makes sense.
there's that. But I wonder also, like, if your perspective would be different as a biological parent as opposed to like a foster or adoptive parent.
The problem and the reason that I answered the way I did at first was because I know how quickly you can bond with these children that come into your house. Mm-hmm. So that's
very
why
interesting.
That's why I based my initial answer.
You said you would keep it initially.
Yeah.
Like, it would just be so weird though to know that like another child did not come out of your body, had your DNA in another person's family and is being raised by another person. The people in the chat are saying they would switch the babies too, even at 3 months old. Man, though, we know the pain of losing an infant. Mm-hmm. Like, we know that pain, and
Brooks's half sister.
A lot of foster and adoptive parents know that pain too. Oh, there's Katie. Katie says, hey, Katie. We're doing a live podcast right now and also live on TikTok. I don't even know what's happening.
Do I know Katie?
I don't think you've met her. We went to high school together.
Oh.
That's so funny. Oh, what was the other
thing?
Go
Colonels.
Go Colonels. Oh, I also wanted you to talk about your first experience fixing Ari's hair.
Oh boy. Well, so Alex got the call to go to the hospital the other morning at 5:30, whatever it was. Oh, Bristol, I have a dog coming. I'm birthing a dog.
There's a lot of births happening this week.
So she gets a call, and I have to go to work at like 8. And I'm thinking, I can do this. It's no big deal. So,
whoa, hold on. We got to back up. We have to set the scene here. So
we're in bed. The lights are dark.
No, not that scene. Her hair scene. So she had cornrows for the prior week. So the night before, I took out her cornrows and planned to wash her hair on Saturday.
She was looking like Don King.
Her hair was literally sticking straight up. Like, she was not in a state where normally I would like just throw her hair in a ponytail the next day. Like, it needed to be washed and fixed. Okay, sorry, continue.
So I think I have plenty of time. I get Brooks up because he was squawking, and go grab Ari, and I see remember that her hair is 10 feet tall. And I'm thinking, oh crap. I watch Alex fix her hair and do that, but do I pay attention? Not really. I get the general gist of it. So I get them downstairs, and I'm start rifling through all those containers that are over there on the counter and trying to figure out, all right, which one is this? Which one does that do? And I'm like, all right.
Paint the picture. There's probably
24.
Yeah, I was just about to say 25 bottles or jars of hair product over there.
Yeah. So,
and 6 drawers of beads and whatever else.
Yeah. So I started with a good bit of water, and I soaked her hair down.
It's a good strategy.
And then I was like, all right, well, leave-in conditioner. That sounds like it'll detangle things. And so
yeah.
I started by putting my fingers through it and
like finger combing it
and untwisting the braids and what have you. And that helped. But then I just went ahead and grabbed the comb.
Yeah, good next step. Mm-hmm.
And I dipped it in the hair stuff.
What?
Yeah, to get more on it.
What do you mean you dipped it? Like in the leave-in conditioner?
Yeah, in the tub. Yes.
Dink. Okay.
And I pulled it. And I pulled it through her hair. And I did that a lot, and I worked it through the fingers, and then I watch you because you kind of like gather it and then like tighten, gather, tighten, and you do that over and over and over and over and over.
Oh yeah.
And while I had it tight, I grabbed a rubber band, and I couldn't get the damn thing open.
You couldn't open it.
Yeah. So So then I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. So I like put it up on my wrist.
Okay. You had like a whole rubber band opening plan.
And it was so I could just slide it down over. And then I was.
Do you want to demonstrate?
No.
Oh, okay.
So then I was like, oh, these things
so
are.
like you put the hair like this and then you like.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So then it wasn't tight enough. And I had already let it go. So it like. Just exploded, right? So
okay.
I redid the tighten, gather all
you
that.
tightened a few more extra times.
Yeah, and then I put the rubber band on again over my wrist, slid it down, and then I twisted the rubber band and put the pony back through it.
So you just did, so you did pony, twist once, pony.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, yesterday I was driving home from, I don't remember where I was, and it suddenly occurred to me, like in the middle of driving home, I know how she does this. She uses a brush to tighten.
What?
You use that brush.
What do you mean use a brush to tighten? Like wrap the ponytail around
No. Like you hold it with one.
Yeah.
So like if you follow me, which whatever, she had like a little bit of hair sticking up here, a little bit back here, a little over here. So had I used the brush
to like comb it back into the ponytail.
Correct. Yeah. Then I think it would have been a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a true revelation that you had.
But it was weird. I put that up on Facebook and Instagram. I wasn't really looking for accolades, but some of my white friends were like, oh yeah, valiant try, good job, okay, what y'all know how hard it is to do a little black girl's hair?
It's really hard.
Oh, also I probably went through 3,000 paper towels.
What did you do with the paper towels?
Threw them away. Wiped my hands because I had so much crap on them.
Oh, I was like picturing you wiping her head with the paper towels to get like the excess product off.
Yeah, that probably wasn't far off.
So my next question is like, what did Ari's face look like looking at you wondering what you're doing?
She didn't. She was eating blueberries.
See, and you distracted her
and you want to
too?
know what was great?
What?
She didn't squawk like she does with you.
Well, you probably shouldn't say too much. Otherwise, this is going to be your new job.
I'll do it again.
You will?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm not fixing to work on Aunt Shasta, but I can put it in a pony.
Aunt Shasta's our mannequin that we used to practice with. How about cornrows? Are you up for cornrows?
No.
Like not at all.
No. And a friend from college was like a white guy, and he had put his daughter's hair it was a very, very bad braid. And I'm thinking, good grief, I can even do that on a white girl's hair. I can braid a white girl's hair.
You can?
Yeah.
Do you want to try?
Not right this minute, but I will.
Well, you're going to have to put your money where your mouth is because I think that deserves some proving.
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
I need to separate out three chunks.
Mm-hmm. I'm really digging this new like hairstylist mentality. I think it's really good. I
got my hair cut today too.
Yeah, you're all about this hair life, aren't you?
Yeah.
I bought hair extensions today.
I saw them.
Did you like them?
Yeah. You've always done well with them.
I've always done well with my hair extensions.
I think the old ones look more natural than the new ones.
What old ones?
The ones you had when we met.
Like the ones that have like clip-in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't even talk with all the horses missing their hair around here. What do they say? I think
it's real human hair.
Whitney, oh, hey, Alex, Katie Brown on this podcast.
I posted a photo of Joel birthing your dog.
Wait, oh no.
What does that mean? Birthing your dog.
When Bristol came out of my sweatshirt.
Oh, that's funny. It's like kind of like a blackmail thing, huh?
Mm-hmm. Then we have Maisie underneath the table there.
Hey, I always forget like what we do and don't talk about on our podcast, especially since it's been so long since the last one. Did we talk about our hot tub?
Yeah, we've talked about the cheap hot tub.
The inflatable hot tub?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe we should just give a really quick reminder because other than that, do you have any other topics that you needed to discuss tonight?
I don't think so.
I didn't either. So I think we should hit on the hot tub just one more time because it is so good.
Bougie.
So we got this hot tub. Wait, starting at the beginning. We had a hot tub, like a normal hot tub, but it was really old. We had it moved. The movers broke it and then they sold it. We sold it back to, I don't know, it was a whole big mess. So Joel buys this, like what, $350? Was it $350?
It is now. It was like $450 then.
An inflatable hot tub. Y'all, if you don't have an inflatable hot tub,
Saw you spa.
please run and get you an inflatable hot tub. This is life-changing for me.
My buddy Sean was down here last week. He was down here for work for a self-defense class, I guess is the easiest way to say it. So for 5 days, I guess, all of last week, he was getting wrestling and doing jujitsu and whatnot. And
Yeah, he was like fighting. Like it was like a fighting class, right?
yeah, he's a cop. So he asked to sit in there, and I think we sold him.
Oh, yeah,
I think
definitely.
he's going to buy one.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, this is just our little dose of life advice. Oh,
Pro tip.
Yeah.
Tips.
yeah, our pro tips. Other pro tip. This is my pro tip. You wouldn't know anything about this,
Of course, you weren't there.
but I've started meditating. That's my thing this year. Now, are you mad? I said you wouldn't know anything about this. Okay.
No, it was the look you gave me.
Dude, I have started meditating, and that's my second and final pro tip for the night. It sounds like a little bit crazy. I don't know. Is meditation mainstream? Is this a mainstream thing by now?
I think so.
I think once there's an app, it's considered mainstream.
My meditation, though, is my runs and not in the bathroom.
That's disgusting.
When I go on a run, that's when I am able to like zone out and think about things if I want to.
Yeah, but I don't really know if that's, oh, she said share a link, I guess for the hot tub. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll share a link. We'll put a link on. I don't really know like exactly. Yeah. I'm only like, 6 days in or something, but I don't really know exactly like what the goal is, like what the end goal is, I guess, because I haven't gotten there. But can you like reach meditation while you're running? Like, is that even a thing?
I think the whole point of it is to clear your mind, right?
I mean, I don't know, like the guided the medications that I've been listening to said that like you have to flex certain brain muscles. That's like the analogy they used.
I did take rest and relaxation 1 and 2 in college.
Yeah, but what was your grade?
I got A's both times. Facts. But we did a self-hypnotizing where you just lay there and like you say your right leg is getting heavy.
Oh, look, somebody just asked you to prove it with a receipt.
With a
that would
receipt
be like
from
a
college?
yeah, that would be like a transcript, I think.
I could probably dig one of those up.
I made that up. That didn't happen. Okay. What else you got?
I skipped yoga week because it made me sweat.
What? Were you an athlete in college?
I was.
So you skipped yoga because it made you sweat?
Yeah, because I was fixing to go to practice right afterwards.
Oh, okay. All right. That's all I got. What do you think?
I think positive all the time.
You'd probably think more positively if you meditated more often.
Wow.
All right. We're going to end it. I promise it won't be so long in between now and the next podcast, right?
Hope not.
I hope not. We'll get back on. I did have some messages of people saying like, please record another episode. Did you disappear off the face of the earth? So no, we didn't. Here we are. We just didn't really have anything interesting to say.
No, it's been pretty mellow, and we spent a lot of time in South Dakota, and
like everyone else, we're busy and we get lazy, and sometimes we just want to sit in the hot tub.
Yeah, we had guests.
Yep. All right. Well, as always, big thanks to Ruben. I hope he's still around and willing to edit our podcasts. Ruben's pretty awesome. And no other reminders other than if you like this podcast episode or if you're hanging out on TikTok, consider giving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. We really appreciate it. And goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.